Hi guys, good morning. Ross here. I'm going to give you my weekly analysis for some major pairs, and hopefully you get an idea about what's going on for this coming week. Okay, so let's just begin with our higher time frame, and then we will go down to what kind of bias that we want to take into the week. Okay, I'll just begin with pound USD. I'll just begin on a monthly time frame. If you see on a monthly time frame, which is still ongoing right now, all right, we cannot judge this candle that is running right now in the monthly. Okay, we still have 5 more days before the monthly candle concluded. So if you look just by just by these candlestick formations in the past few months, right, price is considered in the middle of nowhere. All right, there is no trending move towards the upside, nor are there trending move towards the downside. Okay, but the structure for the pound at temporary, the last impulse wave is towards the upside. Okay, so we can just regard this as one of a pullback. Okay, and then this is going to be a sideways movement before we see a potential continuation towards the upside. So that's how the bias is going to be. So for instance, right, if for instance if you have trouble understanding the trend, right, just look where the power is. All right, this candlestick, this bearish candlestick is bearish engulfing. Okay, but this bearish engulfing not exactly able to push this market lower. Okay, and we can see that the price is now moving sideways. Okay, so that's out for the monthly. So if the monthly support level, I would say, right, if I'm going to take that because price opened down here, and then when it came to this point, you can see that there's a rejection and price went up, right? So in this case, right, this will be the monthly support key level. Okay, that that is still not yet broken. Okay, and also what we see from the previous month, this is the previous month high, which is the August high. The August high has been breached. However, at this point of time, there is still no confirmation that it can stay above this key level of the monthly. So for now, as I say, price is moving sideways in the monthly. Let's go to the weekly and see what kind of thing we can see from the candlestick formation. Okay, if you look at the candlestick formation and structure of the market, we can, in terms of candlestick formation, I can see that this is a bearish engulfing. Okay, this bearish engulfing shows that what happened last week, that you can see that price opened up here, and then it went to break this previous high. Okay, this previous high here, it went to break this previous high, but and these two previous high, actually 3 previous high. However, price is not able to sustain staying in above this level, but then got pushed back. You can it can be due to FOMC and all that. However, at this point of time, right, as price is considered in the weekly, right, for me, right, if you look at the weekly right now, based on where price is at the moment, this is at an area of resistance, right? It's not an area of support. How do we know if price is an area of support? When price go down in this manner, right, this is the area of support. Like this area, right, this is where an area of resistance. So from the weekly, right, it's more into downside. Okay, but the downside is going to be a bit tricky, I would say, because there's no momentum towards going towards the downside at this moment. Okay, and look at these previous past few weeks, right, there's no momentum going down. So I wouldn't push your luck too far into selling this market. Alright, on the weekly, while there is opportunities for sell, but the sell cannot be too long. Alright, so for daily, what we're going to see now. So the daily, we can see that if you look at these 3 daily candles that's pushing down, right, just without even going to the lower time frame, you can see that it's a downtrend. Okay, how do I know that? Okay, see, this is the 3 daily candles, right? If you go to the 4 hour, you can see that price is on a pushing downtrend. However, can we look for a sell from here? It's very dangerous because right now price is an area of support in the lower time frames. So this will not be an area that I want to look for sell. Okay, but for the beginning of the week, usually price can be quite I would say fighting the trend. Okay, like example, for instance, in this case, right, I'm looking at price probably going to make for a small pullback. Again, then there will be a price action signal for price to continue down lower into this previous support area. Okay, previous support area, and then look for any kind of price action if there is for a buy signal, because as I say, in the higher time frame, right, I wouldn't push my luck too far to go into this market for a strong downtrend. Okay, so the beginning of the week that you can look for short opportunities. Should price hit into this direction, but at this moment where price is right now, right, it will be very very risky to look for a sell. Okay, so don't go for a sell at this moment. And if you want to buy, you have to be very risky, because even if the example, for instance, if the lower time frame push up, right, the higher time frame is going down. So in this case, right, your lower time frames like the 1 hour or 15 minutes and 30 minutes, you can have what, 4 or 5 30 minutes, right? You can't fight these 3 daily candles pushing down. Okay, so it's a bit risky to take any kind of sell, any buy, sorry. Okay, so for pound USD, look for an opportunity to go short should there be a price action signal. Alright, because right now there's nothing that we can say. Price market just open, and that's it for pound USD. Okay, for gold, there's opportunity to go long, but I would, as I said, this is the last week. If we go to the monthly setup is very bullish, of course, after a coiling inside bar breakout in this case. And in this case, the key level for the price is hovering above this previous resistance, turn new support here in the monthly. In the weekly, we can see that price is pushing, is still bullish. Okay, and for weekly support, I would say that here last week, as it goes down here, price have found support and not able to break and push itself up. So this is the weekly support at the moment. Okay, at the moment, this is the weekly support. And then we can see that price on Friday, right, price managed to break its previous high. And then can we look for buy at this location? As I say, it will be very, for this one, right, what is bullish in the higher time frame, right, to look for buy here is a bit very risky, because price is in an area of resistance. Okay, if you want to look for any kind of buy for gold, right, it will be ignore this move up. Okay, let the price goes up first a bit. If price doesn't continue to come down, it's okay. Yeah, if just price goes up. But what we can see from this pair, right, any kind of move down, right, look for a weak sell momentum. Should there be price once move down here, is at an area of support around here. Is an area of support. There's a false break of the previous low that it shows that the buyers are back, and then we can look for a price action buy to join this long-term trend of uptrend. Okay, so that's all I have for gold at the moment. Did not buy from here, please. It's very risky. Price and area of resistance around here. So that's all I have for gold. For Euro USD and the Aussie USD, as based on USD, it will be the same. I'm not going to go through that. Euro Aussie, there's a gap here. I'm not going to go through that. Yen is also sideways. Yen is going to be very tricky. Let's see on the monthly time frame, price no candlestick formation that I can see, but structure wise still moving towards the upside. Okay, from the weekly wise, right, I won't just delete everything. Weekly wise, we can see that previous week has broken the support. Alright, this is great news. Okay, previous week candle have broken the support on the weekly, which is very strong. So and then we can see an inside bar fakey, so this will be very interesting, I would say. This is the weekly level support broken and the weekly high for previous week. Alright, I would say this as the two key levels in the higher time frames. So if I go to my daily right now, you can see we have a good sellers momentum taking over this market at the moment. So right now, as I see, this is the same thing as gold price in an area of support. So I would have preferred for market to go up a bit. Okay, while market when it go down here, I mean the thing is, should market go down here, right? Let it go down. Alright, seriously, just let it go down. Wait for a pullback. Okay, see, there is a pullback and a good price action sell, false break, or a weak bar momentum, then we can look for a sell. Can price switch to the level and retest again? Maybe can, because there's a small supply zone here. Okay, this drop. So this should be a good area to look for a sell. And that's all I have for this week. So I'll see you guys next week. I hope you guys find this educational and informative for you to practice and turn your trading into better results moving forward. Alright, cheers, bye bye.